Hey YouTube, I'm Arwen, the professional joy seeker. I think my microphone's a little far away. Let me bring it over here. Beep. Ah, that probably sounds great, right? I'm not going to actually be watching the chat today, so I apologize. I wanted to do this live because, as you know, I try to get these up by 10 in the morning Mountain. I'm late. So here's the thing. Last week was awful. I am a professional joy seeker. And it was hard to find some joy last week. I live in a small town in New Mexico. We had a mass shooting at our public library. 2 people were killed, 4 people were injured, and it was a 16-year-old child. Um, we don't know why yet. I haven't heard all that. I don't want to speculate. I feel really sorry for his family, for him, for the victims, for their families, and my town. My town got rocked. We're a pretty small town. So, this is not something we expect. Nobody expects it, right? But it really affected us, and it affected me. Um, I woke up in fear the next day. And then that day, there were a bunch of bomb threats at the grocery store that I can walk to, um, at the newspaper where I used to work. So people that I love were affected by this. Just crazy stuff. And then Thursday, I just kind of took a down day, like, okay, crap. And then Friday, Thursday night, my husband and I made the decision that our eldest dog needed to be euthanized. She was getting to the point where her quality of life was not what she or I would have wanted. And I adopted her from the Basenji Rescue and Transport brat in 2010. And she was older and had heartworms at that point, or when she came to me, they'd already put her through the treatment, but her heart had finally given out on her. We learned that beginning of this year. So, I even went up to Denver to a cardiologist specialist named Dr. Carol Lawyer. And if you have an animal with a heart issue and you can get to Denver, he's good. And he's built a clinic of really good people. But I had to say goodbye to Nehru Friday early evening. So yesterday was kind of a wash. We drove to Lubbock and did some shopping and just tried to distract ourselves, basically. And then last night, I ate some ice cream and thought I'd rent a movie. My husband encouraged me to do this. He went off to do something that he loves to do, so we both had something, to divert us. I rented a movie called The Zookeeper's Wife. I've been wanting to watch it. Y'all, there are a whole bunch of animals that get killed in this thing at the beginning, and I mean a whole bunch. And it was hard. So, I spent last night weeping and pausing the movie and eating ice cream. So, last week, do-over. But I still found joy, right? My husband and I went for morning walks. I went for a morning walk today. He'd already gone off to do something else. He couldn't do the walk today. I saw a hummingbird. I saw the sunrise. Got a text from my husband that he saw a roadrunner. So, finding joy, this is my preachy part. You got to find joy, guys. Even when you've got really, really horrific weeks. Finding joy is for you. It is to help your soul and yourself to kind of get through some of this. One of my joys with the library shooting was that the one person that I know from the library who works there was not injured. 2 of her co-workers were. They were killed, and that's horrific. Her response to this has been amazing. It's been beautiful. It's been a real inspiration on how she's not going out with hate when she could. The bomb threats made me remember how much I really love the people that I used to work with, and I got to see one of them just offhand in Walmart. So, and was able to give her a hug and talk with her a little bit. So that was a joy. So when you're looking for joy, guys, sometimes you've got to dig through a lot of poop to get to it. Okay? So let's go into this week's Tarotscopes. If you're a Patreon supporter, you know that you're going to be getting your list as soon as I get them up. That comes after this, so you kind of got a time frame. It may be split up. I've got an interview to do in an hour and a half. We'll see how good I can get it, getting all these up. They may not be all pretty with the little frontispieces, but you'll also know that last week we did a 2-hour live session for the Patreon people, and we did readings, but then I went into some mediumship. Also, I did some reading for people who've crossed the veil, and that was really, really good. It was a lot of fun. It was, it worked, right? It was a good thing for me, and I really appreciate everybody. I know a bunch of people have already watched it. And Patreon supporters, remember, if you want to share that one link with somebody, you absolutely can, so they can get an idea of what they could get from me on this platform that I'm asking people to support me on. And if you know somebody who's supporting me on Patreon, I'm going to call it patron or patron, call it a tequila. Feel free to ask them. We're going to be using 2 decks. An oracle deck, a tarot deck. The oracle deck, these both came out of this big collection that I bought, that I have everything listed finally, y'all. Everything is listed on the webpage. I'll put a link down on the bottom. It may not be right away, but I'll get that link up. But this is one. This is the oracle deck. It's magic and manifestation affirmation oracles, cards. Now, I have to tell you, because it had a unicorn on the front, I was like, I don't know if I want that. It looks kind of fluffy. I don't know why I said that. I don't mind fluffy. I like fluffy. Fluffy makes me happy. Fluffy brings me joy. I think it was just like a trained reaction to unicorns, where in the pagan community, there's kind of a, that's fluffy and light. Like we have to be all dark and heavy. We don't. There's nothing wrong with dark. There's nothing wrong with light. It's the balance. That's what I'm looking for, the balance. So let's take a look at our oracle card and get our affirmation for the week. And for those of you that are new, what I do is I pull an oracle card. We talk a little bit about what it means, and then we get an affirmation for all of us. This is for the entire Joy Tribe. On my individual Tarotscopes, I do individual affirmations for each sign and a 3-card reading for each sign. And I have added a 3-card reading for this main video. So let's look into this. I think I brought everybody down with that opening. I'm sorry. Love it. Okay, let's see if we can get some. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Looks like magnolias to me. This is radiance. Radiance. And what a beautiful reminder of our own. And look at the gilding on that card. Isn't it pretty? But radiance is a really lovely reminder of our own light, our own inner light. It's important to radiate. It is important to feed your radiance. And by doing that, I mean, just go out and open up to how marvelous you are. Open up to how marvelous the universe is. Open up to seeking joy, right? Today, I radiate joy, hope, and love. Today, I radiate joy, hope, and love. Today, I radiate joy, hope, and love. And what we're doing with that, the reason I do that 3 times, I think that, well, I know actually, that saying your mantra 3 times each time and saying it to yourself out loud, looking yourself in the mirror and saying your affirmation is the best way to do that. I'm actually pulling the link up so I can kind of take a look at what's going on here. Sorry, guys. So, hi, people. I see that folks are watching. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to really pay attention to this, but I just want to kind of pull it up, and I'll say hi to y'all at the end. So, get my phone out the way. But for affirmations, you're retraining your brain. When you say them out loud, your brain hears this, right? that it processes what you hear differently. Yeah, write it down, journal it. If you do art journaling, like the wonderful Jen Faber and Burgess Taylor, make yourself an art page, and I'd love to see it. Tag me on Instagram. Go tag me. Oh, speaking of Instagram, how did I forget? I am running a contest for the entire month of September. It's called 3 Daily Joys, hashtag 3, the number 3, Daily Joys. You can find it on the Cartomancer magazine's IG or mine, Tarot by Arwen. And it's basically follow me, follow the Cartomancer, share the picture, and like the picture. I think that's it. Oh no, post your 3 Daily Joys at least once. Every time you do it with that hashtag, and you use the other hashtags that are in the contest, you get an entry. What are you going to win? You're going to win your own print subscription to the Cartomancer. Now, you're going to get a print subscription if you are in America, Canada, Mexico, the world. I am going to give that. I'm not going to say, oh, the US. I'm going to make it everybody. So if you want it, jump on it. It goes for the entire month. I'll announce the winner on October the 1st on Instagram. So good luck. Now, let's look at the tarot reading. Let's see, folks. Hi, everybody. Ha! Arwen makes everything better. I think peanut butter and strawberry jelly sandwiches make everything better. That is actually one of my go-to comfort foods. The other one, and y'all can laugh, is tuna fish. And I make it with sweet relish and, yeah, specific things. But those are my 2 comfort foods when I'm really down. Or if I'm sick. I want tuna fish when I'm sick. I don't know why. It's the weirdest thing. But peanut butter and jelly, and my friends laugh about toddler Arwen when I get really cranky and that toddler Arwen needs a PB&J. Yeah, funny how it works. This is our tarot deck that we're using. Isn't that pretty? Now let me grab the box so you can see the name. This is a limited edition. I don't know if it's still available. Tarot 78 Tarot Carnival. And what this is a you see it was at the bottom. Cirque de Tarot. Oh my gosh, sorry. I cannot hold it steady, y'all. Focus. There. It is a collaborative art collection. And what that means is that a bunch of artists got together and, whoa, focus on me now, camera. Like, whoa, I'm all fuzzy. A bunch of people got together. You'll see the names are at the bottoms. But these cards, y'all, are stinking gorgeous. I don't like collaborative decks. I don't feel like they're consistent. They're not cohesive, generally speaking. So it's one of my, So I never backed any of these decks. I'm kind of sad now, and probably will back the next one. So I did get in this collection, I got the water, the nautical 78. I got 2 of them, and I am selling at least one. I haven't looked at the other that deck much yet. But let's take a look at what our weekly Tarotscope is going to be. I'm looking over here at the... Hi, Johnny Dragon. Do a shout out to you since you always come in and you always say hello to everybody. Thank you, sweetheart. Now, here we go into... This is for all of us. And what I do when I'm doing this for all of us, I kind of get focused and I just reach out and ask for guidance for the inner tribe, for the joy tribe. Just tell me what our joy tribe needs to know for this coming week. You know, Mercury is going direct again. Thank you. If you watched the beginning of this video, last week was put me through the ringer. Yeah, it was bad, really bad. Like, made the national news bad. So, what do we need to know for our Joy Tribe this week, universe? I pull 3 cards. I pull a main card, a help card, and a hinder card. And here is the main card for all of us. Oh, thank you. 4 of Swords. Relax, self-care, take some time for yourself. And she's just laid back and relaxes. She's the magician's assistant going through the hoop. It's by Stephanie Sturm. And I just think it's a beautiful card. And I think the message, meditation, relaxation, some self-care, letting somebody else do some of the, take on the stuff. If you've got somebody who says, let me do that, your response is, thank you. I will. Not, oh no, I got this. Don't. Take the gift. Take the damn gift, people. And if you're in a position to offer the gift, offer it. But, self-care, some carve out quiet time. If you're familiar with the metta meditation, I encourage you to find 5 minutes a day to do a metta meditation where you do it for yourself, you do it for a loved one, you do it for somebody you don't know or you have conflict with, and then you do it for the world. It teaches us compassion. The magazines, they're not close, doing some research for the Cartomancer, and one of them was a really lovely magazine that had really great little tips in it on meditation and mindfulness. So the Metta Meditation, and you can go to metafoundation.org, and it's METTA, so Mary Edward Tom Tom Alpha foundation.org. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. You can find it. It's a really, really easy meditation. It's 4 lines. Let's look and see what's going to help us. The 3 of Pentacles. I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? That's by Mary Layton. And this is about working with others, partnership, and physical stuff. It can be about money. It's a community card. For me, when I look at this, the thing that's going to help us relax is to engage with others in terms of doing stuff that makes you happy. Go to one of those paint parties. Go to a group that all gets together and does crochet or knitwork. Network. I'm a nitwit. But combining that's going to take you into a relaxed place. Zoltan, I think that's Zoltan, talked about wanting to do yoga. Baby, do it. I take a yoga class once a week. And she gave us some real simple, like 3 little things you can do in the morning. Yoga is wonderful if you find the right teacher. And don't think you got to stick with the first teacher. If you don't jive with them, go find you another one. Or get a DVD. But the yoga's pretty amazing, baby. Pretty amazing. Now, we are going to look at what's going to get in our way, what's going to trip us up. The 9 of Pentacles. Now, the 9 of Pentacles normally shows a woman in her garden with a bird. We do have a woman, and we have a bird. But, baby, that's not a garden she's standing in. And who is this by? Deanne Bach. I read that wrong. So, that's an interesting hinder card. That's a successful woman. It's a woman who's looking at what she's done, looking what's coming next. And you don't have to be a girl to identify with this card, okay? It's somebody who looks back at their success, at how they nurtured things and grew things and put their energy in. But when it's in the hinder spot, don't take away from your rest by over-focusing on, well, what have I gotten done? What do I need to get done next? Oh, my God, I'm not going to be successful. Slow your roll, babies. Find your pace this week, okay? We all lead such busy, busy lives. Pull it back to where you can manage it. If some things have to go by the wayside, prioritize every day. You know, some of us make rolling to-do lists. Like you start out with 125 things. I'm not joking. On Monday, and just pare it down. You know, pare it down. So what if you're only at 90 by the end of the week? That's 35 things you got done, right? So look at the joy, find the positive, and go forward. Now, remember that I'm bringing in some new things. The cartomancer, I'm going to talk about a lot about that. I'm going into the stone selling business. For those of you who haven't seen it, I've got more stones coming. I'll be selling these little beauties. I'm going to set up an Etsy shop. Or I may just set it up on my webpage. Who knows? I think the Etsy shop may get me more business because more people will see it. But these are two little tourmalated quartz. I keep calling them rutilated because I don't like saying the word tourmalated. They are a good size. Here's an iPhone 6, so you can see how big they are. That's one. And I'll do all the measuring and all that stuff and tell you how much they weigh and stuff like that. Okay? So, let's see. Yeah, they are pretty. And the one that I'm not selling is my rose quartz. Isn't she beautiful? And she's got the most lovely energy. I've been doing a lot of work with her, particularly around my dog and other things like that that I need. I need some self-love. So this helps. This helps a lot. And she's beautiful. She does not have a name yet. She has not told me her name, but we will be working with that. Yes, I'm one of those people that talks to crystals. But thanks so much for joining me for this live Tarotscopes for the week. This is your Tarotscope for the week of September the 4th through September the 11th. And may your September the 11th or the 10th. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll just shut up about the 11th now. But I wish you joy. I wish you love. I wish you all good things. And remember to seek joy, y'all. And go check out the contest for your hashtag 3 Daily Joys so you can get in on that. Bye, y'all. Seek joy.